Welcome back, humans! I'm back with the middle of the week vent session, and before I get started, I would appreciate it if you would smash the like button, hit me with a subscription, and turn on your notifications, because I'm here twice a fucking week. But anyways, a lot of shit's been going down, especially in the damn fight game. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit to vent about today. I got some dark meanings behind song lyrics, which I found some pretty damn good ones, which these guys send up. Now that you think about it, and you're sitting here having fun with this song, this dude's a sicko. And now I kind of feel weird singing the words of some of these songs I like. Shit. But anyways, I got some of that shit. I got some fight talk, which like I said, there's some fucking shit going on in the fight game. God damn, just some drama. And then I got some shit to vent about some fucking beverages. Like all these new shit I got to talk about. And then got a few other things that I found in the news. So it's pretty good stuff. I got some pretty good stuff. But like I said, there's some fucking drama going in the fight game, people. Drama. Drama in the fight game. Anyways, again, we were supposed to see Teofimo Lopez, fight this Kambosisi guy, who's no joke. The kid can fight. Both of these guys can fight. All right? Yeah. Anyways, they were supposed to fight the same weekend of the Mayweather-Paul fight. The Mayweather hug fest. No, I'm just kidding. They were supposed to fight on that day. So they didn't want to have, no conflicts with the pay-per-view, so they pushed it to next week. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can't wait to see this fight. Everybody would have watched that fight anyways before this, because that shit was fucking not really that good. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so they're supposed to do it the following week. Then fucking it doesn't happen again. So they postponed it till this weekend, which I thought they were going to fight Saturday. All right, like Saturday night. I thought there was going to be a weigh-in this Friday, and they were going to be fighting Saturday. But not so fast, humans. Now the fight has been postponed again to possibly August. Now, they say that Teofimo Lopez tested positive for the COVID, and that's why this thing has been postponed. And there's a lot of people out there calling BS, pulling out like the conspiracy kind of thing about calling BS because there's another big fight card this Saturday that could trump over what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to make a bunch of money on this like pay-per-view stuff, and they don't want to compete with what's going down Saturday. There's a big UFC going on. There's a big boxing match on Showtime. There's a big match on, I think, ESPN. And then not only that, there's a exhibition with a legend, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., going against Hector Macho Camacho's son in an exhibition, which is going to be crazy. It's like an old-ass dude going against a young-ass dude, like super old, you know what I'm saying? And that's going to be really fun, depending on how serious they get, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? They were looking like they were really trying to fight even like in the pre-fight shit, It's supposed to be an exhibition and shit like that, and these guys are fucking acting like this is a real fight. They're getting all in each other's faces and pushing each other. It's about to go down. Old-ass man, legend, but to beat my man, legend's son, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what his record's like, but it's nowhere near probably his dad's, rest in peace, or Julio. So I think it's going to, even though he's old, he might give his ass some ass whooping still. It's going to be interesting. Everybody be watching that instead of the Teofimo Lopez fight because, damn, that's the biggest name ever, man. It's a huge legend. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Famer walking around and about to jump back in the ring. An old warrior. That would have just trumped your fight, even though it would have been tough. So that's what a lot of people are thinking is because of those big events, they would never sold no many fights, and they probably would have made that much money. And some people are starting to not really trust this company, this promotional company, and they're saying like because it's a Triller event, with the big concerts and all that shit that I'm not a fan of, and even that Paul brother left that company, I guess. And I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they're just like, I don't know. It's a weird theatrics. It seems too like WrestleMania to me. But anyways, I think they're pushing it off because that's what a lot of people are saying. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he really got sick or whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? He was on his social media saying he was sick, and all these things. And but then you hear other fighters that they were talking about, those guys that are out there, out there in the mix, You got like Ellie Seckback and them guys getting like in Fight Hype and all those guys, and Raheem getting up there personal to some of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Doing the footwork out there. Shout out to those guys, man. I love all the shit those guys do. And they'll get all the scoop, because the fighters and the trainers and, referees or whoever, everybody that's like part of fighting and boxing, they're like all like out there, and they're always in their gyms or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they're always getting the scoops. And some people a lot of them guys that are in the mix all think it's just because of that big event. They want to capitalize on their money. So they're going to push it to August. But that's like a big gamble if you ask me, because then you got a big fight in July with Fury and Wilder, which I'll touch on in a minute. And, that's going to be crazy because what if something happens there and they get pushed to August? What are you going to do, man? You guys are never going to fight. You know what I'm saying? When's Triller going to fight? When's it going to be a Triller event? What's going to happen if somebody else, because there's always fights being made. Like every time there's a fight, there's somebody fighting in the crowd now or starting some shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take some motherfuckers' hats and start, getting the fight game somehow. So you never know what could happen. Y'all better just get this fight going on. You know what I'm saying? Get that money before a bigger event comes and trumps your shit. And then you guys will be out of all kind. You'll be sitting there like, Trilla. And they're going to disappear and not pay your asses. They're going to be owing you money. It's going to be a hard lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't get this fight on. One way or another, you guys got to fight, man. Do it on a Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Ain't nobody fighting on a Wednesday. Do it on Wednesday night, fight night. You know what I'm saying? Then you won't fuck with nobody's shit. Do it on a Wednesday. At like 5 p.m. Or 7 p.m. when like everybody's home for dinner. Or whenever like Monday Night Football be on. And not like the first fight start at 9. Everybody's got to work the next day. Y'all be in the ring by that time. Everybody else be fucking, fighting earlier. You know what I'm saying? So that's what y'all should do, is do it like on a weekday. And that way I think you guys would capitalize. It'd be like, what's going on? What's on TV today? You know what I'm saying? And they're going to fucking turn on to fight. Like, who's this guy? Teofimo Lopez. Who's Kambosisi? Oh, shit. They're going to be dropping bombs. Who's Triller? What's this? Where's all the strippers for? You know what I'm saying? And that could be happening on a weekday with family members at home, seeing all your Triller strippers and all your concerts. And we can finally see this fucking fight with Lopez and Kambosisi. So we can know the full prognosis of Lopez and Kambosisi. So that's what I'm saying. And then, like I said, July, we got fucking the trilogy fight of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Man, Tyson Fury beat his ass both fights, kind of in my opinion. The first fight was really exciting. I felt like Tyson Fury was winning. And then I guess they gave him a draw because of that knockdown in the last round. I mean, Deontay Wilder banged him, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, pow, pow. And he just was like arms spread out, looked like he was like swan diving or, doing the backstroke. And then it looked like they count it, it's always when those big guys are like those big, huge punches knock somebody out. And then the guy gets up and everybody thinks the count was too long. Not like the Buster Douglas one. But I'm saying sometimes you just feel like, oh my God, that was like more than 10 seconds. But it wasn't. It's just how big the moment was. Like everything feels like everybody slowed down. You know what I'm saying? I won, you know what I'm saying? And he fucking got up, and the fight ended in a draw, which was wild. I still kind of thought he was up on the cards enough to win, but that's just my opinion on that. And then in the rematch, man, he fucking beat Wilder's ass. You know what I'm saying? Wilder said he was injured and all that shit. They said it was glove controversy. Like a glove was cheated and taking pads out. But I don't know. I just know he got his ass beat. Whatever happened. It was just an ass whipping going on. And it was a lot of it. Like Wilder got just beat up. He said he had water drugged. His water was drugged and all kinds of stuff was going on. And then it's like, man, that's bananas. If that was true, or is that conspiracy shit? But either way, that was bananas. But anyways, they're going to fight again. So Fury was going to fight Anthony Joshua, and he's another heavyweight. And then that fell through because I guess in their second fight there was a third fight clause, or the second fight contract had a 2-fight clause. I don't know, but anyways, they had to do the third fight, so they got lawyers involved and blah blah blah. And then Wilder got to jump in front of Joshua to get the trilogy fight going on. And then they started the press conference, which was I think it was the other day, maybe yesterday or sometime. I don't know. I think it was the other day during the weekend. And they did their press conference and their face-off. And I was kind of bummed out because they've been showing little footage of Wilder training, and he's looking like he's doing a lot better technique and doing more things than just the 1-2 punch. Eventually he was going to have to. A lot of guys can't, aren't going to be, or some guys are going to be onto his style after, if you don't switch it up and learn to do different areas and round the game out a little bit. And that's pretty much like what Wilder did, what Tyson Fury did to him. He kind of figured him out in the first fight. He was figuring him out. They were kind of beating each other down a little bit back and forth. But I felt he kind of got the better of the half. And then, in the second fight, he knew what his style was, and he fucking just dominated him. So we'll see if he got, it looks like he was doing some different techniques, practicing head movement, a little bit more ringmanship. So we'll see how it goes in the ring. We'll see how it pays off. Maybe he claimed about a heavy suit he had to wear. You know what I'm saying? That big suit he fucking wear with the fucking spikes and shit, look all crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he claimed that injured him too and all kinds of stuff. So maybe just come in with a towel like Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? Or come in some bubble wrap or just wear a regular robe, you know what I'm saying? And just come out there, and just, be safe, get in the ring safely, and bring your own bottled water that you open. And then that's way there's no, everybody checks the gloves before the fights any damn way. They got to get signed off on. You see them little signatures on your gloves. You know what I'm saying? And anyways, in the press conference, Wilder comes there, and he fucking kind of bitched out to me. Like, I mean, in my opinion, maybe people disagree with me, but I felt like he fucking bitched out. He came there and made like a 40-second statement, in my opinion. It was like 40 seconds. He said something like, I don't know, enough said, off with his head or something like that. I don't know. He was like quoting like Alice in Wonderland or something. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder came out there, shirt off, or Fury came out there with his shirt off, like, swinging around by them guys, weighing over behind them. And he's like, the champ is here. He was out there all, trying to sell the fight. And Wilder said he wasn't going to say nothing else. He put headphones on and wouldn't ask no questions. And it was like a half-hour press conference of everybody just talking shit about Wilder with the headphones on. And I don't know if he really had them on. It was just listening to everybody talk shit to get mad or something. Or he claims he was just listening to music and blocking it out. And Fury was like, man, that was like a mentally weak, that showed like mental weakness. You know what I'm saying? And so anyways, Fury was like, calling him out, saying, oh, I'll play his part. He was joking around, talking for both guys. And, he said he feels like that was a mental breakdown, like just shows how weak he is. And even in the face-off, he like kept the sunglasses on. Then he took them off. And they said it was like a record-long face-off. They said it was there for like, I forgot how long, 4 minutes. 3 minutes, I don't know, but it was like the longest face-off. But my man wore sunglasses the whole time, and he didn't say nothing. He didn't talk no trash, just stared at him, and then he walked away, didn't try to do nothing. Fucking Fury was calling him out. And I just felt like it was just crazy. Like, you got to sell the fight, and in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? You got to sell it. And so anyways, I'm excited about that fight too in July. But like I said, if anything happens, what if those guys catch a cold or something and they got to push it to August? Those guys, and Lopez and them guys are never going to fight. They'll be looking to fight on Christmas, and there'll be other big fights. There's big fights coming, yo. More and more big fights. Y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying? There's already a big fight in August. Dummies. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao's fighting Spence in August. Fools. It's a big-ass fight. Y'all ain't never gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? August 21st. Fucking Pacquiao Spence. What the fuck? These guys are talking about they're pushing their fight to August. Y'all need to do this shit on like a Wednesday. I'm telling you, put the shit to the weekday. Quit playing around. I got other events to do. Y'all need to fucking get your shit together, Triller. But anyways, let me get on with these vents. Shall we? Shit, shall we? No, it's good. So like I said, I was digging up some stuff on the internet, and I was listening to some songs, and my buddy brought it up to me at work. He was like, you know this song's about crystal meth? And I'm like, what? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I heard about that. You know, like back in the day, I did hear something about that. So I looked it up, and yeah, they said the song was about crystal meth, you know, and you're like, what the fuck? That's wild. And I've sung the song, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it's a song by Third Eye Blind, and it's called Semi-Charmed Life. And the whole song is like doing speed and crystal meth, and it's crazy as hell, man. And I'm like, I can't believe I jammed this song. I forgot. I didn't realize like what the lyrics are. And sometimes you just got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should just pay attention what you're listening to. And so yeah, it's a great song. You know, they're a good band, but they were talking about, you know, crystal meth, getting all methed out and rocking out about it. Like, yay, meth. You know what I'm saying? Can I get an M? Even though I'm not making the M, you know, but they're asking other people to give you the M. That's why I'm requesting one. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of them, and I thought that was wild. You know what I'm saying? Just because I like the song, and then now that you know the meaning, you kind of look at it differently. Especially like, Hey Ya. I know you're all familiar with Hey Ya from the Outcast band, group, whatever you want to call it, but it's from Outcast. All right, and it's that Hey Ya, you know, shake it like a Polaroid picture. You know what I'm saying? It's all that shit. And it's that good song. Great song. But if you listen to the lyrics, it's about a relationship that's breaking apart. And they're having a good old time. You know, they're having a good time talking about the relationship, you know, or he is singing this like pretty song about some happiness. I wonder if like the song is also like not only the relationship breaking down, like breaking apart, you know, it's falling apart. They're going their separate ways. And like if you listen to the song, he's like, so why, something like, are you in denial or something like that when you know you're not happy here? You know what I'm saying? And like if you listen to the song, it's like about a breakup. And it's kind of interesting, you know, now that I listen to the song, I'm like, damn, I still like the song. And I'm still seeing the words. But now I know, you know what I'm saying? You could be seeing somebody fighting somewhere together, a couple, and be like singing the song, you know, hey, yeah, you know, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, so it's about a relationship like breaking down. And like what I was thinking, like another angle is like he's singing it like all happy, like trying to make it seem like it's not like he's like maybe there's still something there, or the song is like him having that mental breakdown, you know? So like it's this pretty twinkly dancey song, but he's talking about what's happening in his life. You know what I'm saying? And like fuck it, you know, like he's like having the breakdown and he's about to fucking maybe end his life or do something crazy. Go postal. Or meth. I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying. Well, you never know. Because that's a crazy song now that you hear the lyrics. It's bananas. But you never know. Like I said, what if the guy went to meth? So, what about Every Breath You Take by The Police? You know that song like, every move you make, every breath you take, I'll be watching you. You know that dude. So I guess that's a stalker song. You know, I basically you'd play around like, oh, that's a stalker song, but it was really a stalker song. You wasn't fucking around, even though you didn't know that shit, even though you was ignorant about it. It was still a stalker song. You know what I'm saying? He was watching you, and he even like let you know, like, can't you see? You belong to me. I love that little auto-tune switch. It's hilarious. But anyways, so like the lyrics are crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he's watching every move you make, and he's letting you know you don't even realize that you love him. Like, you love me, and you don't know it yet. Let me just handcuff you to my basement, until you realize that you love me back. And have some meth. While you're at it and thinking about it. And by the time you're all, you know, methified, maybe you will love him back after you're his hostage, after his sex. That's a crazy ass song lyric. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go there. You got to go there. He was like, can't you see that you belong to me? I'll be watching you. While he does meth. You know what I'm saying? All these motherfuckers be fucking, like, they gotta be. Just kidding. So anyways, I'll get to the next one. My Sharona. Another song that I enjoy. And apparently that song was about a guy, trying to get with younger girls. And if you hear the song and listen to those lyrics, he actually says something like that. I was trying to find a thing about it. He was trying to talk to the girl to sleep with him. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to get Sharona to sleep with her, sleep with him. And if you listen to the song, and he says something like he even likes the touch from the younger kind. So, excuse me. So the dude was fucking pedophiling out, trying to hit on this younger girl because he's a rock star. And I'm sure we've all heard those stories before. Young kids, rock stars, drugs. Not all meth, but drugs. Possibly it's in there. Maybe it's a mixture, but there's a lot of other things in there involved. And then younger girls getting, taken advantage of by gentlemen. But they didn't put themselves in those situations. And I'm not defending anybody, and I'm not defending anybody. But it's just crazy that these songs are like that. And they're talking about him trying to persuade this young girl to sleep with him. And I think that's pretty bananas. And everybody jams that song out. Like, my Sharona. You know what I'm saying? And everybody probably finished that. You know what I'm saying? Bam, 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 bam. You're welcome. But anyways, that's it's just bananas when you break down some of the songs. You know what I'm saying? You hear like a lot of people in interviews start to confess about some of the meanings in their songs. Like, oh shit, it makes you want to play it back. And that's what I was doing when I was finding these, songs out there. I was like, man, I got to listen to that again. That's weird. And it was part of one of them songs like that you like, but you don't know all the words to. And it was probably the part before you know the My Sharona. It was probably like right there where you just mumble and pretend you know the words when you're with your friends, You'd be like, yeah, Sharona. You know what I'm saying? Like when everybody knows the words. And that's the part like you always did until you really read what those words were. And I'm like, oh shit, he likes the touch of a younger kind. My Sharona. And I said some shit. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? After I broke it down. I broke it all down. Now it's fucked up. Damn, Sharona. Should have kept going. Maybe he would have got mad. He forgot about you. Or he'd have been like, forget you, Sharona. Or he would have been like that Gnarls Barkley song. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? It would have been one of them songs. Or a clean version. Forget you. But anyways, let's continue. I have another one. This one is just as much messed up as all of them. But I love the song too. I'll be singing the chorus, and then I didn't realize I was like singing what I was singing. You know what I'm saying? Now, was I chanting? I was kidding. When you realize it's bad, does it become chanting? Or does it still become a good song? I think it still stays a good song. But anyways, Pumped Up Kicks from Foster the People. I love the band and that song, They were pretty good, and they were all over the radio back in the day. And that song still plays on some of the older stations or whatever, and still plays around because it still holds relevance. It's a good band. It's a good song. But if you've listened to the song, it's about a school shooter. And I'm like, damn. You break it down, and everybody's like, boom. Man, that's a sick bass line. Boom, 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 boom. Make my toe tap, And that's one of them songs, too, you think you know the words to, but you know the chorus. And then you're listening to the chorus that you're singing, you're like, damn. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, better run, fast, run from my gun. And then they're like, all the other kids with them pumped up kicks, you better run faster than my bullet. I'm like, whoa. And then he says something like, outrun my gun. And I'm like, good Lord. And I'm all singing it like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But then like he's saying some other stuff in the song, and I'm doing that part, like I said, like I know the words. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And then don't realize he's talking about a school shooter. And I was all singing the song. That's what I'm saying. When a song becomes a bad thing, or let's say somebody was like playing some bad music like they used to try to do back in the 80s and 90s. They used to blame, I don't know if you guys know this, but they used to blame like every crime and like car accident or anything was like they try to blame on music of some sort. You know what I'm saying? It was like they were playing this in the fucking cassette player when they crashed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so because it's a fucking good album. You know what I'm saying? They had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And so they were trying to fucking That's what bothers me about some of that stuff. They were doing that like all the time. Censorship now is weird. Censorship now is different, way different now than when I was a kid. Because when we were younger now, they were trying to censor you for like trying to, tell the truth about, what was going on in the streets and like what was going on with the government or going on like, crazy things out there that was going on in their neighborhoods. And, the other people, like the FCCs and all them other people, didn't want them to do that stuff, so they tried to say they were degrading women because they were using hoes and bitches and shit like that in the songs. So they were like, "You can't fucking do that." You know what I'm saying? So now today, it's like if you don't, you're allowed to talk about like getting wasted and doing all this like dumb stuff, even though the music's good. I'm saying like, I mean, there's not too many music on the radio where they talk about like, what used to be on the radio, and people be coming after you like that. Now the radio songs are like way different, because you used to hear some of them like real songs on the radio. I wonder if Heaven Got a Ghetto by Tupac like was really on the radio. Like Express Yourself by NWA was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like KRS-One was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Those guys was on the radio. Ice Cube was on the radio. Vaseline was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like you got guys aren't allowed to say like real things, like those kind of music. You don't really hear them on the radio. Yeah, I know you can do them on Spotify and like, you got to, go search them and do all that kind of stuff. I know that. But, when there's the radio, like if you still listen to the radio here and there, it's all these like pay to play musicians, their record labels pay to just play the same playlist and get these same songs out there embedded in your head, so these songs, stay relevant and get the streams and all that kind of stuff. But they don't really play, those kind of songs anymore, and I just noticed that it's very noticeable, you know what I'm saying? Because it's back in the day, they used to shut you up, and now they still shut you up, but it's just weird in a different way. It's in a weird different way because like Cypress Hill, Snoop, all them guys would talk about, smoking weed and doing all that kind of things and drinking brute gin and juice, all the songs, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, and they were trying to shut them guys down. And then now you can talk about all that stuff, but you can't talk about like the, the stuff that the poverty and the low, all that kind of stuff in the songs that they used to talk about. When they used to bring it down, it's to bring it down. It's wild. It's just wild and wild. To me, it's just crazy, man, how the music has changed. And speaking of like, while we're on the music scene, I know everybody's heard when about the Pink Floyd's Roger Waters. I guess he got into it. They was in an interview and he was talking about Facebook wanted to use one of his songs for. They wanted to use one of their songs to launch something on Facebook or something like that. And they offered him. I guess he said they offered him a lot of money. And he said, "Fuck off! Like, no way! I wouldn't give it to you, idiot! And you can't use none of my songs ever." He said, "You know what I'm saying? You can't use none ever." And he called the guy an idiot and like all kinds of names. But it was crazy when you listen to the interview because my man was just like, "Fuck that dude!" You know what I'm saying? He's got an accent and everything. I can't do it. And he was just like, I don't care how much money you want to pay me. No, you know what I'm saying? And he doesn't agree with none of their stuff and. Their policies and all these things, how they're all like one-sided and things like that. So he told them, "You ain't using none of my music, fools." He said like, "Back up off me." And I thought it was awesome, man. He fucking called Zuckerberg an idiot, and it was just really funny. Like multiple times, he called him an idiot, and I thought it was great. Like I said, I thought it was great watching him. Watching those guys, speak their mind on some things. Because it's good that people can speak their minds right now because they're not letting people do it. They don't want nobody to keep doing that shit. Which, I don't care. I love it because we need more of it. We need more people to just start taking those kind of things in those platforms because it would make more people do it more often, and I think we need to because there's a lot of change needed right now. Right now, there's no, like when Obama used to say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, things that we need, they were doing maybe new. You know what I'm saying? Things that we need to be new. That's all I'm saying. We need something new, We need something new. So anyways, I've been seeing all these damn commercials, and it's been bothering me. I mean, I know everybody's got to make that money. They got to stay with the trends. But I think they're kind of like false advertising everybody out there and all over the whole entire world where these beer seltzers exist. Beer seltzers or seltzers, whatever the fuck they are, those seltzers. Those things get on my nerves. Yes, they're good. Yes, they're strong. I don't really drink them, but I have drank them to try them. And, yeah, they're tasty drinks, but I don't agree with them. I don't agree with your whole concept. Not at all. Whoever made them up must have been on meth. No, I'm just kidding. I'm serious. You should leave the seltzers alone. Because it's not a seltzer. It's not a seltzer. I don't care what you guys say. To me, it's just a glorified name. You're trying to rename the fucking wine cooler. All your little seltzers are just wine coolers. You know what I'm saying? Those are fucking wine coolers. I don't give a fuck what you say. That is not a beer. It is not a this. It's not a that. It's a fucking wine cooler. You're just calling it a seltzer now. That's exactly what wine coolers was. You can get it by the 2 liter. I bet you got Bartles and James all pissed off right now. They're going to be like, what? Hey, Bartle and James is fucking, the fucking fourth, Rest in peace. They might, I don't know if they're around. But Bartles and James had the fucking wine coolers first. And then y'all had to rename it to the seltzer. Y'all tried to sneak it in early one time with Zima. And everybody was like, nah, you ain't doing that. You ain't fucking renaming. You ain't calling a wine cooler Zima. And I told you about the Zima experience that I had back in an earlier episode. It wasn't pleasant. And they tried to rename a wine cooler Zima. Those fucking seltzers are wine coolers, and you can't deny it. I don't care what you guys say. And like I said, Bartles and James, if I was y'all and your family, I'd be getting pissed. Because they're fucking trying to rename the wine cooler. Or bring the wine cooler back and just be like, look, this ain't no seltzer. This is a wine cooler. And just flip the whole game on everybody again. And then all these young ones will be like, wine cooler? Wine is cool. It's kind of cooler. And you might flip it all back on everybody. You know what I'm saying? You might switch the whole game up. So I recommend the Bartles and Jameses family. Bartles, all the Jameses, all the Bartleses. Y'all got to get back together and turn this game upside down. Bring back the water cooler. The wine cooler. I messed up my whole shit. Because you guys could mess up the whole game. But all these seltzers, they're not, like I said, whatever seltzers. I don't agree with you. You're just a wine cooler. But that's just my opinion. You're just a wine cooler. All right. So I like to watch, like I said, I'm into conspiracies. I like some of the paranormal things. If it's good enough to watch, I'll check it out. I'll give it a try. So I was on one of my YouTube rabbit holes, and I read about that Skinwalker Ranch. I spoke on it a couple while back. And so I was like really interested on it, looking at the stuff online. Like, oh, this is interesting, all these anomalies. Watching all these kind of things, you start saying words like anomalies. That's when you watch too much of that shit. I started using the word anomaly. And so I was like, I'm watching these shows. And this one was about Skinwalker Ranch. You know what I'm saying? And it was like on like cable TV or like the History Channel. And they were like, let's go reveal the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. And if there was anything crazy, the government ain't let you show shit. So they're going to dramify like every moment of this show, right? And you're going to fall right into it like I did. I watched season. It was 2 seasons. Okay? They made 2 seasons of this shit. And when I watched the first season, I was like, oh, this was cool. My wife was sitting there like, nah, I didn't. It wasn't all that, right? And I'm like, this was sweet, And then I watched the next episode. I was like, it was just like the first one. And then I watched the third one. I was like, it's the same thing. And I got to like episode 7 or something like that, season finale. It was just all the same shit. But I loved it. You know what I'm saying? It was great. You know what I'm saying? It was cool stuff. I got to see more stuff that I didn't get to see on YouTube, even though I'm lying. I saw it all on YouTube. It's like somebody else just narrated the shit for me and made it cooler. I don't know. Made it wine cooler. And so watching it, And so then the second season come out. I'm like, oh damn, they got a season 2. What is that? What am I gonna see now? You know, so I'm like, I got pulled in. It's like zzz, they pulled my ass in. I'm like, how the fuck did I get pulled in? So I'm watching it, and my wife's sitting there like, this ain't that good. She's already onto it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all pulled in. I'm stuck. I'm like, I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying? I'm stuck in there. It looked like fucking when the Riddler put that shit on your TVs back in that old shitty Batman movie. You know what I'm saying? When Tim Burton all got all fucked up and tried to do a Batman movie like a fucking, who knows what he did on that movie. I hope it wasn't meth. So I'm watching this and like I said, I'm locked in. Okay, it's got me. I'm watching this show, season 2 of the Skinwalker Ranch. And it's the same fucking show. It's the same fucking episode as the last episode. That was the same episode as last time. And I'm like, shit. But they were like, this is extended footage that you didn't see. And I'm like, all you did was go from this trailer to the other side of the trailer. That's what I missed. Are you on meth? Because this is messed up. Or messed up. This is messed up in the words of Tyson. Not meth. This is messed up. So then it was like, all right. I was like, okay, this is like on demand right now. So maybe let me check out another episode. And I'm like, hell no, this is all the same shit. And then I get to episode 3. Episode 3 looked like I was like, okay, this one looks a little different. I'm gonna check this one out. All right, they got some different. This guy don't look. This guy's all look new. So I'm watching episode 3. Excuse me. Could be episode 4, but I think it's episode 3. But I'll continue. Because it's messed up. So anyways, I'm watching the episode, and these guys are like, all right, they finally got permission to dig. Like, all this stuff they were trying to find, they had fucking radar on the floor. All these fucking dumb episodes I fucking watch, even though it's probably just one trip. You know, the whole thing was probably just one long-ass day. And they just put it all into all these 2 episodes. Damn it. And I watched it. But let me continue. And I'll continue. So, they got finally, I was like, man, the first season, I was like, why can't they dig in the ground? Why can't they dig in the ground? The guy's like, I'm the security guy here. You can't dig in the ground, you know? I'm like, you suck. You know, maybe it's like, I'm saving it for season 2. And he gave me the wink. So I'm like, okay, I get it. So we're on season 2. And like I said, 3 or 4 episodes, I forget. He finally gives you permission to dig. So then I'm like, yes, they're going to fucking dig. My wife's like, so they ain't going to show nothing. And I'm like, I'm hooked in. So I'm like, maybe they will. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching the show and I'm locked in and fucking, so they start digging a hole and they're like, okay, they can dig a few feet. They're digging like 2 feet down. The guy sticks the metal detector in there and it makes a whistle. Like, pew. And he fucking pulls it out and it doesn't make no noise. How do we know you didn't fucking just shut it off? We can't see what hand you're pushing on the button. Then he goes in there again like, pew. And he was like, fucking. And then the guys on the sideline is like, there's got to be something about that hole. Out of the blue. And that's when, once I saw the guy starting to go like, pew, their fucking spell was breaking. Like the trance was breaking free. I'm starting to blink weird. I got like the Popeye eye going. I'm like, you know, I'm starting to hear different. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to hear stuff outside. I hear the cars driving by. You know what I'm saying? And he puts it in again like, pew. And then I hear that guy, there's got to be something about that hole. And he's standing there with a shovel. And that just broke me out like, oh, hell no, you guys got me. All they did was dig like 4 feet down. They didn't fucking dip deep enough to put a fence post in. They almost did. It was like almost 4 feet or some shit. I was like, God damn, they had a backhoe. And they didn't dig shit. Because the guy was just like, pew, in the fucking hole. And fucking made the guy was like, oh, that was messed up. And then it was really funny because he goes, whenever I poke it, I think we're getting close to something. And he was like, pew, pew, with the fucking metal detector with his punk ass. Man, I fucking got fucking fooled with that shit. I got fooled. I was kind of bummed about it. Because I got hooked in and I broke it. And then when I realized it, it was already like the episode was done. It was like the last 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck, might as well watch the last fucking 5 minutes of him pew-pewing. And the guy talking about the hole must be there's something significant on this hole. There wasn't shit about that hole. With your punk asses. Y'all fooled me like you probably fooled everybody else. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this vent session, and if you did, I'd appreciate it. Like I said, hit that like button, give me a subscription. I'd really appreciate it, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode, because I'm here twice a week. And guess what? This has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.